Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back to another Wasted Away in GlitzyFritzyVILLE basket, where we use a selected bit of makeup from my collection for an entire month, and we don't use anything else unless it's to review something. And then at the end of the month, we go over my final thoughts. Sometimes I give the makeup away because it's something I don't think I'll ever use again, or sometimes it's something that after using it for a month, I hate it, or maybe even changed my mind about it. And we put on all the new makeup that comes into the basket for the month, talk about all of the products and stuff, rate them, and then at the end of the video, we talk about what got wasted or what I used up. If you're in for that, just keep watching. All right, so I spent the last month with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It's all right, it does a good job. I've told you many times my problem is this thing. So I like to just do this and get a little bit and put it on, but no, it's still not this. So this month we're going to be opening up a new stick of my Sigma in Ignite, because that is the thing that I love so much. And let's just get that on my lids. I like to wear this even if I'm not putting on any makeup, because it does a good job of lightening up my eyelid. But I've got two of these in backup, and I don't think that we should be just letting them set in there, because then they'll get wasted and that'll make me mad. Because Sigma didn't send these to me, I purchased them. But see what a difference that made? I wanted to tell you guys I'm having a biopsy of my thyroid. They have found a rather large growth on the right nodule. They're telling me they're going to have to take the right side out, even if it's not cancerous. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to put out a bunch of videos. I don't know what's going to happen, but I would appreciate it, you know, so that I don't lose my, I'm going to use this here. So I don't lose my relevancy. If you guys would keep watching my videos, even though it's not a new one, that would help me out a whole lot and show YouTube that you still do care about me. And this happens with every YouTuber. I'm going to speak for every YouTuber. You guys are so kind and say, take your time, you know, we'll be here waiting when you get back. But YouTube doesn't feel the same way. YouTube is like, oh, so you're not putting out videos like you were. Oh, so this is happening. Okay, well, we'll make sure that the people that have the ads on your videos, the ones that don't pay very much. Or we're not going to suggest your videos anymore, okay, because I'm not putting out videos. So, you know, you may have noticed that even though the YouTubers you love so much are sick or whatever, they're still putting out videos even though they know you guys would be here, right here waiting on them. YouTube won't. So the palettes that I used, no! Well, that doesn't make me happy. Anyway, I was using my light, my dark, and the Tiny Marvels all month. And then the month before that, I was using Sydney Grace. And then I was thinking, I'm going to pull in the new Sydney Grace palettes and use those. And I'm like, oh, Mary, you really have to spend time with others. So Sigma's Ambiance palette is the next palette coming in. And I'm also going to bring in the Sydney Grace. This one here is being discontinued if you want it during the sale that they're having. Where the Wild Things Grow. Because if I want to do, you know, pops of color, then I'm going to be satisfied that I have a couple here. I'm going to do this really quick. Not a tutorial or anything, just something that we're going to do really quick. And I'm going to use this brush and talk about the whole thyroid thing here for a second. So anyway, I had one of those scans. You know how you can go to the hospital and you can pay $50 every 5 years and get a scan to see whether or not you have plaque built up in your arteries or whatnot. 5 years ago? Not a problem. I didn't have any. You guys might remember that. And then I guess I decided, Dr. Mary here, I decided that I'm good. I don't need to watch what I'm doing or anything. And of course, you know, we've had some terrible things happen in my life in the last couple of years. So I've just been using it as an excuse to eat whatever the heck I want. And that's what I have been doing. And now I have moderate plaque built up. So that's not making me happy that I was doing that. Can't wait to get my blood work back and see what a toll I have taken on my triglets and everything else during this last couple of years. But in any case, on that scan, they picked up that I had a growth on my thyroid on the right side. My doctor told me we need to get that biopsied. So that's what's gonna happen. There's a really good possibility that I'm gonna have surgery on my thyroid, whether it's cancer or not. So yeah, like I said, that's gonna mess with my voice, and I can't just stop making videos. So I'd just appreciate it if you guys could help me out. And you know, if you like this series, the Wasted and Glitzy Fritzyville series, maybe you watch it again if you liked it a lot, you know. I know that you guys would wait for me and care for me. YouTube doesn't care about me. They're like, who cares? You know, there's 50,000 million trillion, whatever's bigger than that out there that we can pay attention to. All right, let's talk about the brow situation here. So I have been, you know, focusing on this Lancome Brow Define pencil. Yeah, I love this pencil. And look, I mean, I just can't believe it. Every month I think that's gonna be the end of it. And there's where we are now. Nope, still not the end of it. But I'm going to put it away because I know you guys want me to use something different. And this NYX pen, when is this thing gonna run out? I'm gonna put these two away. I can't believe this is still going. How long have I had that? And it's been in a few baskets. And I've got a new one. I'm just waiting to open it, but this thing's not empty out yet. But I'm gonna put these two away for now. We're gonna pull this in to take its place. Mad for You Brows by Sydney Grace, which I've already dropped and broke. I drop everything, guys. I'm gonna dip into this ash brown and we're gonna use this. It doesn't work out so hot if I have on my glasses. I'm gonna just come to the front here and see how easily I can just, with a little brush, draw some little hairs right there in the front. How about that? That's so easy. I'm just gonna keep using that same color. I really, really like this. Brows with powder are so fast and easy to do. The next thing I would do is laminate the brows, and this is going out, and I have a public apology to Essence. This is very nice. Fix It Like a Boss, I think it says on it. It's a transparent brow gel. It does hold your brows. Doesn't cost very much. And because I spent an entire month with this now, I want to see. I'm going to bring in a new benefit, you know, and see. Do I need to be paying what I pay for the benefit? I mean, the Essence doesn't have as much hold as this does, but it's got enough. And I really liked it. It was really doing a good job. I didn't do a very good job on my brows, did I? Well, we can always touch that up in a minute.
Nobody's perfect.
Anyway, I just want to see, do I still need to be paying this much for the benefit? I mean, you know I love benefit and the brush here, but I didn't have any problem using the Essence all month. I really didn't. Next thing is mascara. I have 3 mascaras open, and one of them is my beloved Caloray. That's what we're going to use today because the one that I probably would have grabbed, it's over in the favorites basket and I don't want to go get it. And I also have the Gwen Stefani one open, but I don't want to go get that because I need to talk about it in the favorites video too. So we're going to use Caloray today. It's a tubing mascara, one of my most favorite tubing mascaras. If you love tubing mascaras, this is a really, really good one. This is going to stay. It's my YSL Touche Éclat Radiant Concealer pen that I keep here because I like doing this, cleaning up my brows, and I will continue to do that. Now, I did find when I was off camera finishing up my mascara, powder eyeshadow, and the Benefit Brow. This, you got to be careful. It wants to muddy up your brow. And I had to take it off and do my brows again. But here's what I discovered. I actually like using the first 3 shades. Look at my eyes.
That is a huge mess.
She really is.
I actually like using the first 3 brow colors in that palette. Medium brown, chocolate, and ash brown together, but it makes sense that powder and this don't mix very well, okay? So I don't know. I need this, okay? Or something like it. I need that to pull up the hairs on one side to kind of make my brows look like they're a little more even. Or maybe I'll learn, you know, that once this is dry, I can come through and tint that up. I don't know. We'll leave it like it is. Okay, if I have to pull in a pencil later, I will just go get the Lancome again and we'll see if we can't use it up. But I'm going to try to go the whole month using this. I learn things about products, making myself use them. Look at all the mess I got going here with eyeliners. You're not even going to believe it. And I brought all these in because I wanted color options to use with mine and Mel's palette. I have all these. And then like a big dummy, 2 of them should be in the wasted, but I put them in the empties. But they were 2 Sephora eyeliners that dried up and you could just pull the crayon right out of them. And because of that, I just did a declutter and filmed it today while the microphone was charging. I did that so that we could get rid of all the ones that are bad. But I'll just tell you that I went to the drugstore and replaced those 2 with these from LA Girl, a purple one and a kind of a teal one. These were the colors that I lost from the Sephora and I didn't want to spend a bunch of money. That was them. These are new, going back in the drawer now. Also, I used coconut during the month several times in the waterline, which is that one right there. Love it. I love all these eyeliners, by the way. These 2 from the Sephora line were not dried up, and I'm not going to tell you the names of them because they don't have them anymore. They've replaced them with others, but there they are. They're kind of blue-green casted. Love those Sephora 12-hour ones. And I'm going to shock you. I'm going to put bath water, which is right there. Gosh, I love that. By Give Beauty. I'm going to put it up. And I'm going to put away my spider webs. I don't want to. For a month so that we can give... I love this, my favorite liner. I use it in my tight line every single day. But we're going to put it away this month and spend time with Laura Mercier's new liners, which is right here next to it. This one's Tuxedo, so that I can see how it compares to the Give Beauty. I think it's more expensive than Give Beauty, so I don't know. We'll see. This is very creamy. All right, now we're going to do priming our face, and the primers that were in the box all month were these. CoverGirl, Simply Ageless, and Essence Hello Good Stuff. And both of these primers are supposed to have stuff that's good for your skin in them. And so what I was doing all month was taking a pump of each, mixing them together and going all over my face. And I liked it. I even did that a couple of days instead of my moisturizer. I approve of both of these. I like these a lot. I'm bringing back in my Natasha Denona HyGen Skinglass because it's summer and I want that. We need to finish this up this month. It's the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Power Primer. They sent this to me. It is so hard for me to remember sometimes. Did I buy that or was that sent to me? Especially with a brand like Laura Mercier where they send me stuff and I also buy their stuff. It's like, did I buy that? But Laura Mercier, I do believe, sent me this one. We're going to finish that up. I'm also going to bring this in the box. I really like this. This is from that Prime Prometics, and they sent this to me. But when this is gone, I'll buy it because I really like this Nourish stick. Especially like later on in the day when your concealer gets to looking a little dry looking, you know, not so new. You can just go like that and touch it up a little bit. And it looks a little better. So I'm bringing this in too. Wanted to make sure I said that. Let's get this HyGen glass going. And I'll put this stuff around the perimeter of my face. Up here. Oh heck. I'm just gonna bring it all over. The foundations that are leaving the box, but I have enjoyed using are these. Now I told you this was coming in and then I did a review on this and I thought this, I should have got in 110. This is 112. It's just a tiny, tiny bit too dark. And this I love, but it's just a tiny bit too light. So I took 1 drop of this and 1 drop of this all month long, and they look beautiful. They're the same kind of foundation. They're meant to give you this summery kind of luminance, glow, healthy, you know, look. But, you know, I wouldn't say go buy this and mix them together because then you may as well just go buy a high-end foundation. But if you have the two, especially if you are in the situation that I'm in, mix a drop of each together and use them, and they're beautiful. The foundation I'm bringing in, as promised, is this Givenchy Prisme Libre, however you say it, because I tried this and fell in love with it, and I want to spend some time with it now, just to make sure that wasn't a fluke. I really did love it. And we'll just put it right here. I think I'll go 2 pumps. I had a sponge wet ready to use, but Why not dirty another brush? I think I have 3 more we can get dirty. While I'm blending this out, you guys want to take a look at Nancy? Nancy of the Fritzy family sent me her pictures that she used the Bless palette to get ready for a wedding. Now, when you look at this, I want you to notice a few things. First of all, she's in her 70s and it was like 90 degrees and she was sweating off all her makeup and everything, but not her eyeshadow. And I'm going to show you a picture of her with her husband too, because I think they make a really handsome couple. But yeah, give it up for Nancy of the Fritzy family, proving once again that mature women can wear color. The concealers that I spent all month with, surprise, surprise, some of you are probably going, Mary, will you put that dang NYX concealer away? No!
Not gonna happen.
I was wearing all month long the new Natasha Denona on one eye and the NYX on the other to determine which one do I like better, and NYX wins. Okay, this is good. I really like this, but I find I like it better for my face and under my brows and like that little spot right there and stuff than under my eyes. Not that it's bad, it's just this acts better for me. The trick is just getting, I mean, you see that? That's all I need. In case you hadn't guessed, keeping it in here. I know, all the concealers that I have in the drawer, and this little NYX one beats them all. I love this. I love it because it blends in nicely, covers good, and I love it because like a serum, it nourishes under here, and I don't actually need to set this. I could. I'm perfectly content in a few hours just dabbing under my eyes again because I think it looks good. I do like this for my face, but I've been wearing it with no makeup. It's just good to help me even out my skin tone. For that, I'm still going to keep my Laura Mercier in here. But if you guys don't want to use a foundation, you know, there's nothing wrong with that Natasha Denona if you want to pay that price. Let's just keep the situation the same, okay? I'm just going to keep this in here for days that I don't want to wear the foundation, which look at the foundation. It's like my skin. But, you know, for those days that I just want a little bit of a concealer and instead of foundation, I'll keep that in here. I'll keep this in here, of course, from under my eyes, and this to camouflage. By the way, it's called Secret Camouflage. I had 2 powders in here. One was a foundation powder and one was the pressed powder. I like using this Fenty foundation powder as a setting powder. So I use both of these the same. I don't know if the circle of use is any bigger or not, but I'm gonna put them away and we'll move on to the Givenchy powder. I'm just gonna see, since I'm using the Givenchy foundation this month, how far will this take us? This little travel size or the little one, you know? I mean, if you had this, how long would you have it? I do know that I don't like wearing this powder with a damp sponge. I did learn that. So I'm gonna use a brush. The last powder that I have in here, and I think I'm gonna keep it, is my Hourglass Mood Light. And I just like to use it on the outskirts of my face. Every month I keep doing the same thing. I keep bringing in 3 blushes. Why am I doing that? The one that I used the most was actually the cream blush by Tower. This one's in the shade Magic Hour. But I did enjoy using the Pure Essence Pure Nude. Used it a few times. Used this Laura Geller. These are both baked, by the way. Used them both a couple of times. Got nothing bad to say about any of these. But you know, I gotta quit doing that because we're never gonna actually get to the end of any of those if I keep pulling 3 or 4 of the same thing in here. The blush that's gonna be used this month is from Sydney Grace. It's the Luminous Light palette. I wanna spend a little time with these 2 blushes right here and that bronzer. But I do have a couple more bronzers in here. We're doing a comparison thing all month. This from Give Beauty, I mean, this just blew me away. So I want to spend some time with this, primarily because of this here. I'll use it on my nose. The question is, let me open up the Patrick Ta, which one I like more. At this point, and we'll see if this is true, I will tell you that I like the powder bronzer in this one better than this one, but I like the cream better in this than this. We'll just have to see. I might change my mind as the month goes on. But I'm gonna take a little bit of that cream and put it over here, just so that we can see the difference. I mean, my makeup isn't gonna be stellar today anyway, right? And then I'm gonna get some of the Patrick Ta and put it on this side, and we'll just see the difference in the way they look. The Patrick Ta is, as expected, cooler, lighter, easier to work with than this one, but I love both of them. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I fell in love when I opened this up with that bronzer. It looks too light, doesn't it? It's perfect for me. So we're just gonna have to see. But for right now, we're gonna take the Kleenex and just kind of blot that in. How many of you used to use a Kleenex back in the 80s to blend makeup? My mom taught me before I'd leave the house, the last thing that you do before you walk out the door is take a Kleenex and just barely go over your face and get off the excess makeup. Because the best makeup is the makeup that you don't know is there. That's what she would tell me. Go back in your room, you've got too much makeup on.
Too much makeup.
I think what I'm gonna do is just swipe through the two of these. Bring that high on my cheek. And then I'm gonna turn that brush over and get this bronzer. Now, I don't know, I gotta tell you, I get so mesmerized by their highlighters that I tend to use their highlighters on my lids. And then I'm like, and then I forget all about using it on my face. I'm gonna take a fan brush here and just barely swipe through there and see if that's too intense. I normally forget about highlighting because I have the Hourglass. That's about all I need, so I will forget about that. Forgot to tell you that the bronzer and highlighter I used this month was the Charlotte Tilbury. What's it called? Film Star Bronze and Glow. That is so gorgeous. Thank you again, Susan, for sending this to me. Every time that I use it, I think of you. I think that just leaves my mouth. Let's go ahead and set my face, but I'm keeping Charlotte in here. So that was brand new. That's all I used. I'm being a little stingier with it now. I used to use it for eyeshadow and everything else. Now I'm like, no, just go get some water. Do not use that for your eyeshadow. Also, I forgot to say, this is staying in the basket. No, it isn't. I decided to pull in the e.l.f. one that I tried a little bit ago and give this one a rest for a little bit because it's been in the basket almost every time. For those days where I feel like I need to color correct, I've been liking wearing this Sigma color corrector under both those concealers. It works very well. And I also forgot to say that I used this all month for my nose, the NYX stick, and I really enjoy using this thing. I don't ever use this side, but it's really good. I just don't ever use it. I just use this, and I always use it for my nose, so that's getting put away. Nothing bad to say about this. So the lip situation last month was my BK Beauty lip liners. Love these things, you know I do. I brought in this Essence lipstick. Remember I said I was dreaming about it? Okay, it's such a good lipstick. And I did use it, but I was surprised that I spent all month. I mean, because I wanted to use this so bad. I was so surprised that I didn't actually use that all month. The one I kept grabbing was this, the new lipstick in Grace from BK Beauty. It's very light. I'm not gonna come in here and put this shade on my mouth if I don't have any other makeup on. But I will use this if I don't have any makeup on. Okay, so I'm gonna put this up and we'll enjoy that another time. I only ever wore that in the month when I wanted something that stayed on and I needed to make sure that was covered. All the rest of the month, I thought that I was gonna use Sweet Pea, which is my favorite. I didn't. I used this one in Passion because I like the way this pairs with Grace. So see, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's not Passion, it's Warm Spice. I liked that, outlining my lips, ombreing it in, and then coming over it with Grace. That's how much is left. I'm gonna put both of them up, and I'm actually going to put away this lipstick, even though I want to keep it. What I'm bringing in this month is these lip liners from Wonder 2. I have, let's see what they're called. One is called Kneaded Nude and the other one is called Better Burgundy. Let me show you those. That's Better Burgundy and this one is Kneaded Nude. There you go, so it is lighter. And I'm gonna bring in 3 lipsticks. I need to get this to where I just bring in one, but I can't, guys. I like to change my lipsticks up through the day with different ones and stuff, so I'm going to bring back in the e.l.f. I shouldn't do this because I just did this not that long ago, but I can't help it. I really miss Dirty Talk. So there's Dirty Talk. I'm gonna bring back in Dirty Talk and we're gonna bring in Lisa Eldridge's Kitten Mischief, which is a lot like Grace. There it is. There's Grace. And I am going to bring this in because I miss having a red in here for days I want to wear red. On those days, I really want something that stays, you know, doesn't run up in my lip lines, and I don't have to mess with a red lip pencil. So I'm bringing in my Give Beauty. This was left over in there. I forgot back when I was talking about brows. This is going back in the drawer. I have enjoyed that immensely. But it's time to go back in the drawer for right now. Better Burgundy to line. That'll cover up that spot. By the way, for those of you who have been concerned about the spot in my eye and my mouth, I just had my yearly visit with my dermatologist and she said it's good to go. I'm fine, it's nothing. So there you go, it's just a freckle, just a spot. How about we use a Lisa Eldridge Kitten Mischief and see how that looks. It looks juicy. I like that. I think I'm going to nude it up a little bit with Dirty Talk. All right, so I'm back. Nothing got used up this month. I think I put some wear and tear on a few products, but nothing got used up. Tell me below. I love to hear, what did you use up this month? Because that's a big deal. In the world of makeup and the constant buying of things, it's something when you actually like something enough to use it up. Okay, I'm out of here. I want to let you know you're the best part of the Fritzy family. I want to thank you ahead of time for the prayers. And if you're not having a blessed day, the way that you get one is to be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
You know, it's a different feeling when I waste something that I purchased versus primers, primer. I'm 61, yeah. All right, especially with a brand. Especially with a brand. Wow, I'm classy looking now, aren't I? You thought I said classy, didn't you? No one ever said I was classy. They might have said I was fancy. I'm not gonna sing fancy. Okay? I love that song though. Poor Fancy. I'm a wild thing. Do-do-do-do-do. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Wild thing. I have enjoyed using this brow tint in my lashes. It looks really good on your eyes. Peter, you idiot, look at me. By the way, for those of you who've been concerned about that brown spot on my mouth and in my eye, I just had my yearly visit with my gynecologist, told me that my lips were fine. The dermatologist. Trying to use it, it doesn't spear out very